Hello, today I have for you 172 scale B-26J Mitchell from Forces of Valor. This is the 85103 model number from catalog, or if you're looking for this online. This is an American bomber. This is a mid-level bomber. But I will not be going into the details of the actual real plane. This is more a review of the Forces of Valor diecast model itself. So Forces of Valor are very detailed for their price range. They're not the most expensive on the market, but they do a very good job. And they are plastic and diecast. This is diecast, so it's got quite a bit of heft, actually. I was surprised when I actually picked it up how heavy this was. So that's one of the things I really like about this model is the heft, the weight. Now, what may have thrown me off a little bit with this particular one, maybe they're not all that way, but it's kind of given me, so far everything I've seen from Force of Valor, I've really thoroughly enjoyed. Usually I'm in the smaller fighter planes or the 132 scale tanks, which I think are phenomenal. But with this one in particular, I think that they've gone into a lot of detail with it, and this one actually, it's kind of hard to see, but it has a lot of guns on it. Now, this was one of the, again, I'm not going to go into real life, but it was one of the planes that was the most heavily armed in the war. And these were used in the Pacific. They were also used in Europe. This one here, I don't know if you can see, it's got, yeah, here, we'll move it up. These are actually representative of guns that are sticking out of the nose. And they had different versions. They had some with a gunner in front and, a bombardier and all that stuff. But this one here actually has, if we look at it, you're looking at 8 guns coming out of the nose. Now, when I got this one, these are small and plastic, but as you can see, one looks like it took a little bit of a shot there. So we could say maybe it's tucked in a little bit. We can make an argument for that one. Can't blame the model for that. That's something that happens in shipping or in transport. But when you get into these ones here, these guns here, I find that the plastic that they use, it tends to bend. It takes a little bit of the realism out of the plane itself. Now, granted, this is a 172 scale, so it's hard, but it does detract a little bit from it. I mean, when you look at the turret on the top too, I actually had to work on bending these straight. There are guns on the back here also. You can see they're hard to see, but I'll put my finger right there just so you can see it. So, there is a lot going on with this model, but I think that's something that, maybe threw me off a little bit about it. Was those little details that I think maybe if they would have put something a little bit harder, maybe it would have broke easier. I don't know. But it's something that maybe took a little bit back from me. It does have the bomb bay, which is cool. That does open and close. I thought that was a really neat feature of the plane itself. The landing gear is another thing about the airplanes with Forces of Valor. When you go into their 172 scale, their landing gear is not functional. It does not go in by, you can't fold it. So these actually come out. And if you want to show the plane as if it's flying, you actually have a different covered wheel, the cover for the wheel that goes inside and makes it look like it's flying. But you do have some really nice detailing. There's good stuff, and there's a couple of things I think I would have personally liked they would have done it better. I do like the pilots, which this might be hard to see, but you can get a little look there. You see that? Isn't that? That's nice. It is very nice. That's some realism to it. There are two. You get the pilot, co-pilot inside there. It would be nice, again, maybe I'm nitpicking, but to have someone maybe in there, or at least maybe not necessarily go into the detail they did with the pilots, but just have a figurine in there that's not well painted, just to cover up, like blacked out. Same thing up here, that probably would have added a little bit of detailing. Maybe somebody back here also would have been really neat. But again, I'm nitpicking. It is something. It's very nice. There is one other thing here. As you can see, they do spin the propellers. This one actually hits a little bit, but I think it's because it's loose. These again are, I'm nitpicking, but when you buy something, something that they've done quite a good job on, these are things that you want to be perfect. But overall, I think it is a very nice model. I mean, you can't see this or feel this, I should say, in the video, but it has beautiful heft to it. The wheels are rubber, which I like that too. It adds the realism to it. Maybe the little bolt there could have been a little bit better, but again, I'm nitpicking. I like things to be as best as they can be, but the painting, with the Indian head on the side here, really well done. I have the lady on the side. You got the eagle. So would I recommend this one? So far, I mean, I could say I recommend Forces of Valor in general. If you are into airplanes and you personally like the Mitchell, yeah, I would recommend it. They are creeping up in price, these. But for the most part, I mean, is it my favorite? No. Maybe you can hear a bit of my disappointment in this one. But I can't say it's bad. It's got a lot of good going. Like I said, the pilots, the detail, the painting. So, I would still recommend it. I still think that this is a nice model. Just sheer heft of it, the weight that you have in it. Yeah, no, I would still say it's a good one. This one is very good. If you're between this one and something else, maybe more of their fighters, then definitely I have some of their fighters, and I can say that I am not at all displeased with them. They're phenomenal. So I hope you enjoyed this review, and you feel free to check out some of my other videos. Have a great day.